बड़े बुजुर्गों का तुम ध्यान रखो, महामारी से लड़ना है बहुत जरूरी, अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान रखो, बड़े बुजुर्गों का तुम ध्यान रखो, महामारी से लड़ना है बहुत जरूरी, ज्यादा पास न जाना, रखो 2 गज दूरी। सुरक्षित दादा दादी नाना नानी अभियान, अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान।
This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on COVID-19 awareness in aspirational districts, a joint initiative by Niti Aayog and Piramal Foundation. The participants are Rakesh Ranjan, Senior Consultant in Niti Aayog, Manmohan Singh, Director, Piramal Foundation, and AIR Special Correspondent, Mattu JP Singh.
Niti Aayog and Piramal Foundation have started Surakshit Dada Dadi Nana Nani Abhiyan. It was launched on 5th May in 25 districts in 7 states: Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, to reach over 2.9 million senior citizens in these 25 districts. Now the campaign aims to scale it up to safeguard 13.3 million senior citizens from COVID-19 pandemic. To begin with, Mr. Ranjan, how is this campaign bringing together multiple stakeholders from the social service sector, government and community to provide care to senior citizens?
First lesson that we have learned in fighting any pandemic of this nature is that all has to contribute, and that would require that government have to contribute, civil societies have to contribute, the NGOs have to contribute. And we also realize that one of the most vulnerable section is senior citizen one. And that's why we felt that in selected districts, let us all come together, use the power of the society. Piramal Foundation is our knowledge partner. So what we wanted was that we must reach the senior citizen, and what we felt was that most important thing, that when you speak to the senior citizen and talk to them about their problems, good number of problems are sorted out just by speaking to them. The modus operandi of this particular program was that we will involve the volunteers from the society, and we will organize them, speak to the senior citizen, listen to their problem and try to solve that problem. So this has been thought of in 27 districts, and it has provided us very good results.
So the campaign now aims to protect 13.3 million senior citizens in 112 aspirational districts. How have these aspirational districts been identified for this campaign?
The Aspirational District Program is one of the flagship program of Government of India because of the realization that India cannot really get its progress right if every part of India is not developed. So since January 2018, the Honorable Prime Minister has directed us to launch this particular program in the most backward districts in India. And when the COVID pandemic took place, then we realized that these are the districts where already the facilities were not very good. So we have to take a special care of these districts. So right now we had launched this as a pilot in 27 districts, but now after looking at the result that we have got in very short span of time and without spending much resources, just because of the power of the society and of the volunteers of the youth, that they have been able to reach to all the senior citizens and have helped the district administration, we are emboldened now to take this to 112 districts, which has around 13 million senior citizens. And if we see that the progress in those districts are very good, then we will take it to all parts of India.
The campaign focuses on prevention, access and detection. How are these being achieved as the senior citizens are at maximum risk?
The volunteers which have registered in this program, their number is in the range of around 35,000. And these volunteers speak to the senior citizen. We have got the databases with the help of the district administration. Senior citizen and ask them a general thing. First thing, they brief them about the disease, because that should be known to each and every senior citizen, that what should be done and what should not be done, so that some precautions should come from them on itself. So first they are briefed about it. Then these volunteers ask them that, are you facing any problem? And the problem is in the nature of this. I mean, we have got a lot of feedbacks from senior citizens. Somebody will say that, look, there is a lack of food. Somebody will say that my utility services are not working. My electricity is not working. Somebody says that I don't have medicine. Or somebody says that I don't have information about what's happening and what's not happening. A very large part of this program is sorted out just by speaking. What we have also done is that when these people speak to senior citizens, they record these information and pass it on to district administration. Suppose I am the district magistrate, I have a very valuable feedback system which is right now in my place, because the moment I come to know that in this particular area there is a problem, there is a one person is facing problem, or this utility is not working, or the supply of medicine is not there, then the district administration can take the remedial measures. So because of this, as I said, it is largely a program of the communication with the senior citizen, and also it works on a psychological level, because when there is so much of care because of the pandemic, the senior citizen feel that I am very, very vulnerable. But there is somebody who comes and asks them, look, you're fine. This is the precaution that you have to take. We are there to solve the problem. So it gives them the kind of confidence, and nothing is better improving the immunity than the confidence that the senior citizen feel because of this particular program.
If we come to access and detection, sir, how are the volunteers helping in this?
They are first, on telephone. You have to accept one thing, that there are a good number of senior citizens who have also said in the interview that nobody has ever spoken to them. So when you speak to the senior citizen and said, are you suffering from any kind of problem? Are you health fine? Do you need some kind of support system from us? So if this feedback comes from them, they record their name and they provide it to the district administration, and the district administration reaches to them in case that they need any kind of support.
If we look at the pivotal role played by Piramal Foundation, Mr. Manmohan, how is the program being implemented at ground level? How is the behavioral change being brought about?
One of the core component of program is that how do we create a set of volunteers. There are 35,000 volunteers working on this program. So we do a lot of training of these volunteers to ensure that they are enabled to call a senior citizen and ensure that they listen enough to actually understand and be with the senior citizen virtually. Once they understand what is the problem, and then help them in the behavioral change. And I can give you one example. In Sonbhadra, recently one of the volunteers called Govind Dubeji, and Govind Dubeji used to wash his hand through mitti. When volunteer heard, why he is doing it, and empathize with him and help him understand that this current era has changed because of a lot of pollution, plastic, so it's not the same mitti as it used to be. Yes. And after this conversation, he said, now I will use soap.
Okay.
Another example I can quickly give you from Bara, Rajasthan, where Mohini Baiji used to go for buying medicine herself. After the conversation with the volunteer, she realized, I don't need to go outside. It is not safe for me. And now she uses her family members and neighbor to get medicine. So that's how we were helping to change the behavior.
Sir, you just talked about the training of volunteers. Sir, could you tell us more about it? So how is this training being put into practice? What are the components of the training, if I may say?
There are 35,000 volunteers.
Okay.
Just to give you, there are 13,069 to be precise, community volunteer. And then there are 22,185 government official as well, teachers, ASA, Anganwadi worker and all that. So what we do is we provide training of these volunteers on 4 key components. One is the whole behavioral change, which is around how do you actually listen to understand the problem, whatever they want to say. Then how do you empathize? How do you understand their grievances? How do you help them on behavioral change? Whether it is using soap, not going outside, how to stay at home, or using mask or taulia or a cotton on your face when you're going out, things like that. So there are whole training around that. Then there is a training around why do you need to do it. So whole clinical portion, which we use as the government prescribed norms and the material. Why do you need to clean your hands multiple times during the day? What is the logic behind? So there are training around that. Then there are training around how do you solve these problems. Then there are training around how do you help them if they have some symptoms so that they can reach out to the right center to get early detection. So this training helps these volunteers to be able to support in well-being of senior citizens.
If we talk about the grievance redressal system, how has this program helped the senior citizens?
Again, I'll share 1 or 2 examples if you allow me.
Yes, sir, please.
It's that various parts of the country, Barpeta in Assam, someone called Rubina Ji, senior citizen, she was not able to access medicine and medical equipment needed for our urinary related disease. And when our volunteer got to know, immediately volunteer got in touch with the district administration. District administration immediately responded, connected with the state. They order this equipment online, and within 24 hours, she got this at her doorstep. Not just that, she also got the benefit of the Dhanvantari program, which is run by Assam government. So things like that is being done in, again, one of the districts. This person didn't get the pension because of one documentation was not proper. So again, this problem was discussed immediately with district administration. District administration has put together a nodal officer. Nodal officer quickly helped this person to ensure that she gets pension on time. So what is happening is, as soon as volunteer get to know, on daily basis, this is shared with the district administration. So till now, we have received 11,060 grievances till yesterday. And these grievances get shared with the district administration, and almost 80% get solved, 80 to 85% solved within 24 hours of the grievances gets reported.
So that's really appreciable, sir. And sir, moving on to the other issues, that what are the best practices observed so far? How are these being leveraged to provide the best possible care to senior citizens?
I would like to, tell about one or two volunteers. Someone called Ravi Kant, a volunteer from Vadavani district. He happens to call someone called Chagan Lalji, senior citizen. And when he had conversation, he got to know that he doesn't have any problem. He is very, safe at home, no problem at food, medicine, all healthy. But after talking for 15 minutes, he then opened up and said that he feels alone. Not because there are not family members, just the feeling. He again shared a lot more about why he feels like that. And this Ravi Kant connected so much that it reminded him of his Ravi Kant's grandfather. So the kind of emotional connection, and you're building the connection with each other, as making these volunteers feel much more happy than they were before doing this program. So they're very, very happy with this contribution. And there are several such examples that how this is again building the connection with each other and urge to serve.
Yes, sir, if you could share some more examples with us, sir.
I will share one example from Sonbhadra, where someone called, senior citizen. This volunteer wanted to talk to Rajpatiji. So the phone was picked up by Rajpatiji's son, Rahul. And Rahul asked, why are you calling? Then this volunteer says that I'm calling to ask about well-being of your mother. How is she? Is she safe? Is there any problem? And he said that I'm calling on behalf of district administration. So first of all, Rahul was completely surprised that, someone is checking about my mother's well-being. And he was, shocked to know that someone is calling him. And he probed little further that how will you help? Through the conversation, he said, please speak to my mother, but can I become volunteer? I also want to help senior citizen in my village. And he became the volunteer. Several such examples. One of the 63 years old person from Hyderabad, Mr. Philip, he called and said that, while I'm senior citizen, but I want to help others. Can I do something about this program? Can I speak to few senior citizens? So I think what I'm learning is that, in India, there has been many stories since generations that, we believe in service. We believe in supporting each other, and that's the human nature. And as a citizen of the country, it's our duty to take this as an opportunity and be useful for others. And there are numerous such stories which is building up because of the collaboration of district administration, Niti Aayog, volunteers, and many others who are contributing to ensure well-being of senior citizens in the country because of this whole COVID-19.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh Ranjan and Mr. Manmohan, for joining us on the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on COVID-19 awareness in aspirational districts, a joint initiative by Niti Aayog and Piramal Foundation. The participants were Rakesh Ranjan, Senior Consultant in Niti Aayog,